Hey everyone, good morning, or good afternoon nearly, at least here it is, nearly 15 minutes to go until Tour de Zwift and some fun and games on Innsbruck. No, I'm not doing all three. I'm just fitting in a couple of little efforts here before the start. Nice little lunchtime ride, lunchtime session. Hey Florian, welcome. The new bikes ride well. They ride well, thank you. Just the weather's really bad at the minute and I'm a bit sad. I could go out and ride, but when your bikes are really new, you want to kind of prolong that wear. And I'm fine going out in it, but I just don't want to wash the bikes while I come back, like, especially when it's raining when you're washing the bikes as well. I'm on 50% train difficulty, roughly 50%. Oh, you live just 100 kilometers away. I'd love to come to Innsbruck one day, actually, to ride some of the climbs around there. Charlie's got family from Austria, so I've got no excuse really, have I? Hey, thank you, Simon. Cheers, man, thank you. Yeah, looking forward to thrashing about on them. Alright, 10 minutes until stage 3 of the Tour de Zwift. See if I can get maybe 1 or 2 more 30-second efforts in before we get there, maybe. Five minutes rest between these. It's a good amount of rest. Wow, Romania! Hey, thank you, welcome. Oh my word. 10k! 1,000 meters elevation. I'll have to check that out. It must be on Strava, surely. I'll have to check it out. Alright, 1 minute to the next effort. Perfect time in this one, look, just as we come out the other side of this little valley. 30 seconds to go. "20 seconds. 15. 10. 'Tabiasco, great climb. Thank you, Milan. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you, I'll try to have a good ride. Thank you, thank you. Bit of fun today, bit of fun. Mix it in with a little session like this. We're going to be doing Innsbruck ring, of course, with the climb at the end, so it's 3 laps of the leg snapper. and then obviously you finish up the mountain. So I'm just kind of complementing maybe how hard those leg snapper efforts will be with some 30-second efforts here, and then finish it off with a threshold effort. So yeah, I think I will. I hope to be able to do a good full effort up the climb, like a proper head mode effort. Like, obviously it depends on how the group, you know, has a bit of fun as well. They might decide to race it, and it's like, well, okay, you know, a group ride, but we're gonna have some fun and we'll race up there. But see who's there. If there's attacks going, and it's a good opportunity to push yourself a little bit as well. It's a long time since I've done that mountain, actually, in Innsbruck. It's a long time, and I really like it as well. So I wish I could do more races or more events on there. I wish they did the race on there rather than the Zwift group ride. Oh. Ooh. 1 minute, my last 30-second effort. Just trying to stay seated, trying to exaggerate the high cadence of these, which is quite unnatural because you just want to stand up and smash it out, but we're not after high torque really with lower cadence, not for these anyway. Alright, 30 seconds. Last one. What gear do we need? Gear 13 maybe? 10 seconds. Oh, no. I didn't press it. Oh, that was a good one, that one. The average was 580. The second one, the one before that, was 577, and the one before that was 605. So, oh. Oh, not much rest now, straight into it. Straight into it. It's going to be confusing with everyone in the same jersey. Welcome to the stream if you just joined. Hello, hello, hello. Oh. Nice little lunchtime stream, folks. I was going to go for a ride this morning with a friend, and it was really raining heavy, so we decided to sack it off. It's actually really nice now. Oh. There's an attack off the front of the group ride. There's a hand bike. Oh. Good day, Niels. Afternoon, David. And Gareth. Spiky Mikey. A controversial bike choice. What are you saying? Should have gone for a light bike, shouldn't I? Yes, I am somewhat disappointed as well. I was just saying that before we started. It's a long time since I've like raced up here. I remember when they used to have some of the elite races up here. That used to be a really good route, you know. Innsbruck Ring, in fact, is always a good race route, isn't it? It always like things come and go. But then when you throw in the climb at the end, oh, thank you, Deals. Spiky Mikey's just here to give me a boost. Will I be wearing the Scott kit? I'll be wearing a helmet, but I've got more news coming about kit. I've got another announcement to do. Hashtag influencer. No, someone else is coming on board to support with kit. Yes, so why? Because I'm wearing asshole shorts. Do I do strength training? I was. I got out the habit of doing it. I need to get back in there, my friend. That's okay, Gareth. Impatience is fine. The order's been placed for kit. I've signed the contract, but I haven't yet received the kit yet, so It'll be soon. It'll be soon. Known someone about a kid. Thank you, Alex. Yeah, the bike trainer sounds much better, doesn't it? Do you know what I've done? What I've changed? I've put a 1x narrow wide chainring. And it seems to be very quiet now, although the bottom bracket still needs a service, so it might creak. We haven't got rid of that. No, you're right, it doesn't matter with the cog, that is true. To be honest with you, everything's come all at once. Quite literally. Everyone's come all at once. Bike upgrades, bikes, kit. I didn't plan it this way. Ideally I would have maybe liked it to have come at different times, but I do have a mountain of cardboard I have to get rid of now. Or someone did suggest that I should maybe build another shed out of all the cardboard. I'm gonna do some efforts at the leg snapper. And do some hard efforts. Keep it in the theme of what I just did in the warm-up. Good insulator. Yeah, damn right. I didn't have any bike boxes either. I went up and picked up the bikes as they were. Here we go, first leg snapper. Oh, perfect length. Oh. I'll wait for the group, or well, the blob, the big blob, so I can get hopefully adequate recovery for the next one. That's the plan. What was my cadence like there? It must have been 110, surely. What? 115. Was it pretty steady there till the end? It did drop, didn't it? It's so like when you purposefully do like high cadence, what's to say it was low cadence, it feels so alien to your body. And like, especially with kind of high cadence, you get towards the end like that and you start to fade, and you're like, you're almost, your brain's like, I need something harder to push against, give me another gear. But if sometimes you give it another gear at the wrong time, don't you? You find like you almost like bog down, and it's almost better just to stay in that rhythm rather than like changing a gear and then having to like, you know, you're like, oh, there's no, you know, there's all of a sudden there's resistance, or all of a sudden there's no resistance. Either way. For those of you that are in the ride and watching the stream, that's what I'm doing, by the way. I'm doing some efforts of a leg snapper, so don't think I'm ignoring you or trolling you. Oh, Alex Whitmore's in here. Nice one, Alex. That's a good question, Peter. I think that's very much the trait now of some of the best indoor riders. And obviously, like, Jason Osborne to a certain extent has proved himself out on the road, okay? Well, a lot of them have, of course, but I think where I've come from, I've always, if you've been following me for a while, I rarely ever stand. I rarely ever do, like, you know, a long period of time out of the saddle, especially when I'm at threshold or over. And that's just, you got to remember, I've been riding for 15 years, and you just, it's what you settle into. That's your technique. It's the same as marathon runners who've been running for years and years, how their form, you know, most of the time is very specific to them, of course, but it's very hard for me to change, you know, very, very hard, you know, so far into the sport. I can tweak these things, but, you know, I'm never going to be able to fully convert, you know, unless I dedicate 5 or 10 years. That's my honest thoughts on it. I don't think you... I think you've got to be careful though when you see it. When you see these people, and I think we've got to be careful to, you know, not to like get sucked in and think just because the best are doing it, that's the way to do it. Because that doesn't, you know, that's not necessarily the way to look at it. It could definitely help. Those are out the saddle, they're pushing against, well, they've obviously got their weight on the pedal as well. But each to their own, you know. Remember that every rider's different, every rider's got their strengths and weaknesses. And you know, every rider's got their own way. I agree, Alex. It's nice. It's really nice. This is perfect, actually, for what I had in mind. Yeah, you got a good point there, Phil. You got a good point. You know, at the end of the day, there's only so far you can compare me to these guys, because we're doing different things, I think. You know, I'm just trying to I'm trying to be as competitive as I can be against what you could class, I don't know if it's not offensive to class them indoor specialists, because a lot of them refer to themselves, I'm not painting them all with the same brush, but you know, it's mad respect. Like, you know, it's the same as track specialists, you know, on the velodrome. They're insanely good at turning themselves inside out for flying 200 meters, you know, 4K pursuit, you name it. You know, that's their speciality. And you know, I think there's some events on Zwift that I really love and really thrive at as well, I think, but they tend to not be like your classic races. They tend to be quite left field races, like the FRR series, you know, the challenge series, I think it was called. Was it the challenge series? You know, maybe the Zwift games, although that's not an elite level competition now. Things like that I tend to excel at, and it's no surprise really, because of the stuff I do out on the road. But I enjoy doing this, you know, the virtual racing. It doesn't matter what level, I just enjoy doing it. I don't have to be, you know, racing against Niall and Ruben and those chaps, and Josh, and you know, there's so many people in that category now. That doesn't it does motivate me, but I don't need it to be motivated. I enjoy racing or riding, and they obviously push me, but I've got to take it with a pinch of salt, because I've got to be satisfied with being, you know, very close to them or on par with them, and but also know that my real focus, and it always has been out on the road. Chasing series, that's the one, not a challenge. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right, Peter. I think a few years ago, if you'd called them indoor specialists, I don't know, maybe that might have been a bit too far, but certainly now it's got a lot of credit now, hasn't it? You know, big respect to people. You know, two names to spring to mind. You know, Guerra and Farm Watts himself. You know, waking up at goodness knows what times to race on my whoosh and stuff. And that's you know, his dedication to a cause. It's obviously, you know, it's an incredibly serious part of cycling now. I respect that. I do respect that. And of course, they're not the only ones. Just ones that spring to mind. James says he finds the low cadence triggering. Shall I do it for you? Shall I go gear 21 and just do this? I'd say where I really feel the benefit of doing this is like right now, because I feel like I can recover a lot quicker with low cadence like this when you're doing like 100, 200 watts. I feel like it brings my heart rate down massively. Oh, that's a good idea, Gareth. That's a good idea. By the way, Mike, remember the stuff you sent me for the walls? That's in the other shed. I've put it in the other shed. I got some wheels there hanging up and stuff. It's serving a purpose. I've just done that ADHD thing in here where I'm like, I can't do anything in here until it's absolutely perfect. Okay, let's have another one now. Sorry, James. See what the cadence gets to this time. I'm starting to feel it in my legs though. Start to fade off. The last 10 seconds start to fade off. Oh. Oh, the coffee function. Cafe stop. First one of the race. Whew. $650 lovely. 121 RPM, equally lovely. Oh. C40's just pulling a leg. He knows what really goes down. It's all good fun. Hence the title of the video. It's not a race until we get about 5 kilometers to go. Yeah. And then it's like every man for himself. Hey, thank you, Simon. Let's get to 30,000. Thank you very much. Slow and steady wins the race. We get there. Good morning. So next Tuesday, hopefully, I'm going to have a new chain and new bottom bracket on this bike. And hopefully also a Zwift cog. And it will be silent. I hope it'll be silent. I do hope. How many reps have I done now? Did I do 3 before the event? Was it 3 or 2? I did 3, didn't I? So that's 3, 4. So we've done 4. No, we've done 5, sorry. 5. So the next one will be 6. That's good. 6. So part of these part of these efforts I'm doing, ideally, gonna sharpen me a little bit and help me when it comes to, well, as we saw, what my limiter was in the last Zwift Racing League, is going with these accelerations over threshold, and obviously extending my time to ride significantly above it. One of my biggest limiters is my anaerobic capacity. That's no surprise, because I love the threshold effort, I love long, steady rides, I love all this kind of stuff. So it's no surprise that if I don't address any of that, apart from when I do Zwift races and I get pushed to doing those efforts, essentially what happens is I just go into maintenance. So I'm doing a little bit of I'm doing some fine tuning, just a little bit of a touch up on it, and yeah, hopefully it'll pay off in a couple of weeks' time. I don't know yet, Gareth. I don't know. Am I planning on waxing the new chain? Yes, more than likely. Yeah, the bike I'm on now, I mean, is my rough and ready turbo bike. I don't have to ride the Scott bike on the turbo, but I can, obviously. My only concern with riding a bike, you know, a good bike on a turbo, is the amount of times I ride the turbo and the amount that I sweat. And judging by what's happened to this bike over the years, I'm worried that the bike will deteriorate because of the sweat and everything that gets like under the shifters and all that kind of stuff. I think you can all appreciate that. You know what I mean? I just, you know, if I'm being brutally honest, you know, most of us know that, you know, a bike has its uses, right? And I'm a firm believer. I think that's why, you know, back in the day, watt bikes were so popular. Well, they still are, obviously, but, you know, a purposeful bike or setup means, you know, you never have to worry about that kind of stuff. You know, if it's like this bike now, bomb proof, you know what I mean? I know obviously stuff needs maintaining on it, but at the end of the day, the amount that I use it and the amount of sweat, you only have to replace a certain amount of parts. You know, you don't have to touch a headset or anything like that. You're not going to use it out on the road ever again. Chain, you know, bottom bracket, chain rings, all that kind of stuff, you know, has a good amount of wear and tear on it. But if you put a good bike on a turbo, you know, it's fine if you're going to be riding it once a week, twice a week, you know. Nothing against that, I don't think. When it comes to really punishing that bike, you know, and you may be riding 3 or 4 times a week for 6 months plus, you know, this room I'm in, you know, I've come in here regularly on my handlebar tape from like 2 nights before doing the Zwift Racing League. It's still damp from sweat, and I don't want, let's be real, I don't want that on those Scott bikes, you know. And the truth be told, like, you know, you see content online, folks, and let's be real, you know, and I'll do the same thing. I'll put the bike on the turbo just for that one shot and then take it off, you know. Or I'll do like a fake sprint on that bike and just take it off. So I think we have to be aware of things like that. Not everything you see, you know, I wouldn't necessarily put those bikes on you full time. I'd be worried. I did ask them, I said, when I went up there to get the bikes, I said, well, what's the word? I'm going blank. What's the limitations of me putting it on the turbo, basically? And there's no limitations. It's sound to put on the turbo, but obviously my discretion. I don't want to put it on and put it through that wear and tear that I put it through. I have a towel, just as you say, Spiky, but sometimes I don't like the feel of having the towel there, so then I get rid of it, and then, you know, my levers are soaking. So yeah, plus a watt bike doesn't have the moving parts, does it, I suppose? Same as the Zwift ride. Alex, I know lots of people who've got aero bars, TT bars. It gives them just another place to put their hands or just rest. It's nice. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with having it on there, you know. That's why a lot of people who do the ultra endurance, you know, they have the aero bars on there. Not really to make them more aero. Put it this way, BPM. You have to weigh it up. I could have the bikes on here. You could see the bike if I'm riding on here. But equally, I could put like a Scott sign behind me or anything like that, you know, for you to still see the brand. There's got to be an element of flexibility to it, isn't there? You know, it's just like with the hill climbs. There's got to be an element of flexibility with the equipment because it's serving a purpose. So this bike, which is bomb-proof, it serves a purpose, and I'll ride it into the ground. And that's it, basically. I've only blacked out the logos and stuff just to maintain a certain amount of professionalism. You know what I mean? If I had it my way, I'd spray the frame. Right, let's have another go. One more. Oh. Oh. To be fair though, I could probably get away with having the bikes on the turbo, you know. I would just, things like Zwift Racing League, or things like Alp to Zwift Time Trial or something there was a prolonged amount of sweating. If I'm just doing like zone 2 and it's well ventilated in here, it's a different story, but I could actually feel the bars flex in there when I was doing that. Like I'm pulling obviously in like different directions, and it's like flex. I don't know if you can actually see it. Am I fatigued? 119 RPM, 622 max. Yeah. I'm okay for like the first 15 seconds. And then I look up and I'm like, oh no. The trick is to not look up. I think that's the trick. I wonder if the average would be the same. If we stick around for 5 minutes after the end, I might have a look. I'd be very interested to see. The idea is that I'm around about 600, anywhere between 570 watts and 600 watts average for the blocks is what I'm targeting to really like drain without sort of going too deep. I'm obviously going deep, but there's an element of trying to also do quite a few reps, 6 to 8 reps with, well, it would be about 5 minutes of rest, but it's working out more like 10. But all of that means is I'm getting a bit of a better quality effort in, so that's not the end of the world. But I'm keeping in mind that if the power drops too much, it's a sign to just stop. There's a certain sort of borderline where, you know, you're working one element, but if you sort of start fading, then you're not really getting what you're trying to get from the workout with this workout. So if my power drops to say below 530 average, which I don't think it's anywhere near, is it, quite frankly, but if it drops by that much, it's time to stop, because you're just kind of getting like you're getting a very poor stimulus from just doing sort of efforts when you're really fatigued. Now that's not always the case, but with a session like this, there's an out and out purpose, and so it's not always the case that you'd knock it on the head if your power was dropping, but in this situation that's exactly what I'm doing. But I haven't had to do that, which is good news. That's a good question, Michael. So my new cranks are 170s. The cranks that I'm on here are 172.5. The handlebar widths are 40s, and I'm riding 40s currently on the road bike, but I'm riding 38s on the gravel bike. I think I'm 100% gonna go to 38s on the road bike. I've never ridden 38s before, believe it or not. I've only ever ridden 42s and 40s, and the 38s feel, yeah, there's a difference. So I think I'm going to go to 38s on the road. If they feel that good on the gravel bike, where generally you'd go wider, I think it'd feel good on the road bike. So No, it won't really, Michael. It won't really. I mean, so it might feel a little bit different. The crank length thing, if you're going like from 170s or 172.5 to 170, you know, obviously your saddle height's gonna be a little bit different and stuff like that. But I jumped on those bikes at 170 cranks. Couldn't tell. Obviously, if I go down to 165s from 172.5, I'm bound to notice something. I did think there might have been shorter cranks on the gravel bike than 170s because of, you know, ground strike, but I've never actually had ground strike, so most people are now. Mike, my mate Bryn, he's on 50 front, 45 rear, but he's got a grippy, like more nobles on the front, and he's got a slick on the back. It depends what type of riding you're doing, obviously. But I'm not the best off-road when it comes to technical sections, so I might find that the 50 is a little bit nicer. Just visually, I can see more tarmac. No, I'm not tempted by shorter cranks, no. Hey, thank you, Peter. Yeah, you're right, Rasha. You are right. I think there is two different types of people. I'm also the type of person who, like, when I picked up those bikes, I said to them, look, just set it up how you want to set it up. Like, leave the saddle in a neutral position, blah, blah, blah. I'll jump on it and I'll just tweak it, and I don't have the measurements really, but I just said I'll feel it. So I jumped on and I just changed it as I felt. But to be honest, it was pretty close already, which is a good sign. Hey, up just in time. I think I'm gonna need more fan. There we go. Right, we're going aero power up. It's 15 degrees in here. That is warm. There's a bit of draft on offer here. Oh, I'm not going to PB up here, no way. There's no way I'm going to PB up here. Up, up, up. You can hear me now. Can you? Was it just when I moved it? Maybe the little connection is loose. Yeah, not to say that nobody here is fast. Just, I think it was an elite race when I set my PB here. Yes, Michael, yes, indeed. Let's try this out, the saddle thing. Yeah, I'll be at the Gralloch, hopefully. Unbound? No, it's overrated. Big attack coming. Just on this steep bit. Go on, Alex. Oh. 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 Dig in, Alex, go on. 6 watts a kilo. Let's go. Less than a minute to the line now, no doubt. Get it, get it, get it. Alex finishing strong, 7 watts per kilo. Oosh! Ooh! Oh. Oh, it's 16 degrees in here now. It is warm. Very warm. Blimey. Do you mean he's just signed up for another race? Oh. Oh. Nice one, Alex. Oh, there's a tasty sprint going on behind there. 8 watts per kilo, 9 watts per kilo. Whew. Oh. Ooh. Hey Keith, how you doing? Yes, we need to meet up. Get a ride going. The weather's pants though. Strong Alex, strong finish. As the kids say, GG, GG, GG. Let's have a quick look at the graph there and see what that looked like. Oh, so I hit 680 like at one point. That second one. So yeah, it's still over 600 just. No, not quite. Fine. That's not bad, that's good. That's exactly what we wanted there. And this is a decent effort. That's a decent effort, that. Very, very good. 360 for 14 minutes. It's quite controlled, I thought, quite controlled. Hard start, which obviously inflated the average. Heart rate gradually rising, and then it drops. I'm able to recover quite well, even at such high intensities. I like that little flat section there on this climb. I definitely prefer this way up to the way I'm descending, and then just a gradual ramp towards the end, and then I really just focused on trying to finish stronger towards the end. That was nice. Real nice. Happy days. So what was my... Oh. Yes. No, stay here. Whoa. Yeah, Alex definitely let me have that one. Good teamwork. Good teamwork. Oh. So what's everyone up to today in chat? What's everyone up to? I'm gonna ride until we get to an hour and a half. I'll jump off. Oh no, that's two of you with man flu. Get better soon. That is nasty. Are you doing a team time trial on the... on which course? On this course? Or on the course that the WTRL is on today? I saw Niall doing the team time trial earlier with Josh and Ruben and the rest. He's young BPM. One day he'll reach 30 years old and it'll all go downhill. No, you're the original Niall. You're a hill climber Niall. Oh, you've had it, Mike. There's no hope for you. Oh, look, the creaking's coming back. Oh, 16 degrees in here now, even with the windows open. Niall. That's a long sprint. I really don't enjoy the whole upgrade process of these bikes. I gotta be honest. Oh, that's what I was going to ask as well. Do you know, like, when these guys are sprinting, I've noticed their wheels are lighting up, like, there's like little sparks coming off them. How did you get that? Is it on the Tron only? No, it's not, is it? Is it the socks? What is that? Lightning socks. Have I got those? Oh, the factory tour mission. Oh, wait a minute. Where am I at with that then? Ah. So how do I keep going on this? Do I just have to keep riding or something? I just have to keep riding. Oh, I should have them already. The next step is aero socks. Go on my garage, right? More watts, more prizes. Well, in all seriousness. Right. Socks. And then what do I have to do? How much power do I need to do? To activate them. Well, like those. Why haven't I changed my socks? Look at all these socks. Off the map. Maybe I don't have them then. Ah, lightning socks. Wow. $200% of FTP. Oh my word. That's actually not possible. I'm not gonna be. I'm not. 200%. Oh, actually, I might just do it. Let's have a go. The pressure. It's only going to happen for a split second, so you better not blink. Ah! Oh, that makes me quite happy now. Thank you, everyone. Oh, lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Yes, that makes me very happy. Yeah, feel better socks, that's right. I will actually feel better now. Motivation socks. Oh, there's no way I'm going to see that 3 times, is it? No, you can just rewind the stream, Mike. You know it. You know it. It's virtual, it doesn't count, Musette. It doesn't. I don't think that'll really affect me. To be fair, DJ. It doesn't take much for people to react to my attacks. Let's be honest. Oh, that's the only downside to riding over lunchtime, is that you feel hungry. I'm all out of sync. This is normally lunchtime. What's the orange top I have on? Fastest rider on Zwift, isn't it? Oh! Well, I appreciate you watching live. Thanks for tuning in. Although I'm going to be jumping off now in 3 minutes. 90 minutes plus that 30-minute warm-up. Nice little 2 hours over lunchtime. Join the club, man. Join the club. I do like first person. I do like it. Don't use it enough. Well, it's all about the upgrades, Kev, isn't it? So I need to get the bike upgraded. Besides, it's all virtual. It's not real life, is it? It's not real life. Don't get it twisted. I'll have to race, I guess, from now on. Oh. Can I win a race? We're on rear facing view. That would be kind of interesting, actually. Given that I'm struggling to win a race as it is. So it'll be even more interesting on rear facing view. Oh, Mike, you're full of it recently, aren't you? You're really digging a knife in, fair play. Way to knock a man while he's down. You know your friends are. You know your friends are. I'm barely winning races at the moment. And you just kick me while I'm down. Oh, don't worry. Every time I turn up on a Tuesday, I get all the motivation I need. Or the realization, one of the two. Oh, lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. That'll do for today. Solid. Whew. Whew. Alright, thanks chat for joining. I hope you have a good rest of your Thursday. Oh, I was just going to say that my time was 17:24. 17:24. Tidy dots. Alright, there we go. We're going to wrap it up there. Thank you for joining this afternoon. I hope you have a good rest of your Thursday. If you get on the bike, I hope you have a good session. If not, well, no, you will have a good session. If not, you don't have a good session. I'll see you next time. Take it easy. Ta-ta for now.